guys, this is Dandelion Song. Welcome back, and we're going to be taking apart this Simpson episode. I'm going to try to break it into small chunks. I'm going to try to get under 5 minutes with each chunk. This is season 12, episode 18. This is the 266th episode on aired on April 29th, 2001, which is 9/11. So, and it's the 266, which is the 9/23. So that's why I'm just going to take my time and break everything down here and kind of use this as a concept teacher. Well, here, of course, he's writing fire is not the cleanser, and that does sort of have a 9/11. God, I'm sorry. Where's my words? Well, that is sort of predictive of the 9/11 in 2001. So I was going to stop here and show you that. So here we see him covering up the tion of this word, and when I looked it up in the gematria, I noticed not so much that these numbers jump out at me, but just to educate ourselves. That one is a 9 and this one's a 9. But what I noticed was this word is caution, which means, you know, be careful, live till tomorrow kind of idea. And then we have some accidental death, calling all angels, some kind of the killing name. We have some kind of things like this, which makes me wonder. Now I want to do tion and see if they constructed this word out of something that means accidental death. So just want to look down here, and we see some major concepts: fox, Enoch, gods, east, milk. Milk is pretty major. Actually has to do with Palatine Hill. You can check out my video on Palatine Hill and the Philae line. And then you will, and also the video about Lupercalia. Those videos will teach you a lot of background that you need to know about our world. And then of course it shows him being careless, and then this sticks to his shirt. I'm sure you've seen that. And that's also that. Well, this place is at a 9. I don't know at what point it sticks to his shirt. Well, it sticks to his shirt on the rotation of the sun. Now, I learned something new about the sun. The sun, the outer layer of the, and you know how they care about cores and valences. The outer layer rotates at once every 28 days, is visible from the Earth. And I found out the inner layer, the inner circle, the inner group, the hottest and the brightest, rotates every 33 days. So we know what that number means, right? I just thought that was a really interesting sun number, and we can add that to our knowledge of codes. Okay, so this is often a different number, but actually I've seen it twice where it's an 84763, and I've always been looking on these kind of prime episodes, so I'm not sure if it's just a prime episode number. I don't watch this show enough. A quick look at this, though, shows you that if you add it this way, if you add the 8, hold on a second, let me make sure. Okay, it's a good thing I thought about that. I was about to make a mistake. So if you add all this together, the 8, 4, and 7, it equals Ra. And this is the number of the Egyptian Adam. I believe it's the Egyptian Adam. He's the 9th. He's the first creation after the 8 original sounds of the Ankh, the 4 sounds and their opposites. And then with him is the Ennead. So that's what that symbolism is. Now, if you take it apart, you have an 8, which is the infinite loop of time, and then if you add these two, there's it's an 811, and this is what I think of as the Nefertiti number, no matter which order you find it in, and that's the number of the referee, and it kind of has to do with the gate of the infinite loop of time. You have to see my Nefertiti and my Nefertiti video on that. However, so with the 8. So there is a 9/11 right here across the decimal point, and that's probably the major thing. And then just to know that this is an 11, but it's also a 19, which is Ra. Hi. Okay, so this newspaper shows up at 1 minute and 36 seconds, and 36 is a 666 Trinity, and we see, I believe this is excuse me, spring equinox, and if you put the letters out, it's a 3, 2, 1. So this is a countdown, and I put in first day of spring, into the gematria counter, and this is a count up. So it's so interesting that they have this mirror in there. And then this is also a count up. Probably should be mentioned that this seems to match Hillary Clinton's full name. Down here, I guess quantum physics is probably, for me, and subatomic particles. I think that's what they're trying to influence when they do this kind of subliminal programming. There's subliminal programming in this newspaper. Also, the first day of spring in the symbol gematria is an 8 and a 0, and 321 is the 80th day. So I'm going to try to figure out what they're saying here. An ant usually symbolizes an oath, like a covenant. Usually it's an ent or an ant, and it still symbolizes an oath. And here they're also talking about an accord or an agreement. So Springfield Shopper has a lot of these numbers that we are seeing right now in the Pope visit. I don't know what time when you're watching this video, but I'm filming this video right before the Pope visit, so I've been studying the numbers of the Pope visit. This is also the Baphomet number, the 216, and it's the 2160 is the diameter of time of the zodiac age. That's why they call it the Baphomet number. And then here we've also seen a lot of 68s right around this time of that I'm filming this. This is 9/14 today, and this is it matches stock market individually, stock and market, and then stock market matches 816, which is reverse of phi. So I looked up picnickers, and this is their spelling of it. My most recent knowledge about this number is that I found this number near a Quaker installment, and it reminds me of a gateway from the 3rd to the 9th dimension. So I'm trying to figure out, because these are the ants and these are the common people, I guess, and so maybe they get a last minute oath from the common people. I'm trying to figure out what they're talking about here. So in the English gematria, the 106, the 107 gateway has a lot of important esoteric connections: Holy Grail, hidden meaning, the occult, mountain, the Word of God, the Messiah, George Bush, the Code of God, Sotero. That's Barry Sotero's, Barack Obama's first name. All right, well, just taking a quick look at the word deodorant, kind of shows us something, and I also put 7:03 a.m. in here. Deodorant has the 9/6 in it, which we've been seeing a lot lately. And then this is a 7-11, because the 7 is in the core and the 11 is in the outer, and that has to do with the convenience stores, of course, but also it's really in a very important ratio having to do with human consciousness and the pyramids. And then it's kind of interesting that in the Jewish gematria, there's a excuse me, a 7 and a 3, which kind of matches what's on the clock. In this 703 gematria, this 84 is a really important Freemason number. You know, to the tip of the iceberg is that 84 is Obama's birthday. This is the number of the dome. So, and also just 73 is a gateway of the completion number. 703 is a gateway of the completion number 73. So at the 1.51 or the 6/6 moment, they put Homer's Day up here, and that has spiritual numbers of 108, and then we also have these 68s and 86s that have been showing up again and again. I think these are related to phi. I think phi is related to destiny, and pi is related to being holy and being able to change destiny, something like that. All right, well, this is part 2 of this season of this section, the 266th episode of The Simpsons, and I'm mostly just decoding, and I'm also looking for clues. So hope you had a good time watching this, and check out my other videos, especially the ones that I mentioned in here, so that you can learn more background, learn how to decode these things yourself, and let me know what you think. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.